class action lawsuit against all machines.
So today, on behalf of the United States, I want to thank every Olympian and Paralympian. And that was just incredible. And what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. And I watched, it's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. It was $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield.
They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. 8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective devices. Okay. Okay. I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months. Okay.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out. And I
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius. So today, on behalf of the United States, I want to thank every Olympian and Paralympian. And that was just incredible. And what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. And I watched, it's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Testing. Testing. Is this thing on? Testing. Is this thing on? Hello? Is this thing on? Is that it? Have I sufficiently embarrassed myself? Hello? Is it, I think it's on. Oh, it's on. I could just do this for the whole show. Would anyone watch, like, do the whole show like this, where I'm just, like, constantly okay. Got a show, got a show going on. Hello, users, and welcome. Welcome to the show. We got a show going on. Doing a show. Doing a show. Folks, I've got some new legal products that are legal under state law. Not to be confused with federal law, but legal under state law. Products. Red dye number question mark. I don't know. Let's find out. I'm gonna look this up. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh, it's red 40. I'm sorry, Mila. I'm so sorry. It's red 40. I fucked up. What am I drinking that's red? I'm afraid I cannot answer that question. But, oh, I'm drinking. Don't worry about me. All right. Speaking, is this a show? It might be. So it's your daily reminder to eat food today. If you haven't, I haven't eaten food yet today, so this is my reminder. Eating a wider variety of protein may lower risk of high blood pressure. New research says a well-balanced diet could be the ticket to a better blood pressure. Better blood pressure, folks. Now, for those of you that don't know, my blood pressure, I've got such low blood pressure that whenever I go into the doctor and they do the blood pressure machine, right, whenever that happens, they go like, how are you even alive? Like, you have no blood pressure whatsoever. Your blood is just stationary. And, you know, so I've got low blood pressure. That is a problem in and of itself, but I certainly do not have high blood pressure. And why is that? Because I eat a balanced variety of proteins in my diet. So that's why. What you eat has a major impact on your overall health. Who would have possibly guessed? There's, you know, again, millions and millions of people in this country, the United States of America, that didn't know that. They don't know that their diet has any effect on their well-being. Imagine not knowing that. But anyway, especially when it comes to heart health, you'll often hear medical professionals touting diets like the Mediterranean diet that increases vegetables, heart-healthy fats, and whole grains, while slashing animal products and sodium. But a new study looked at a lesser talked about nutrients' ability to impact our heart health: protein. So, folks, you need complete proteins as well, for sure. You know, got to get those amino goddamn motherfucking acids. The research published in the journal Hypertension suggests eating a diet with greater variety of protein sources may help adults lower the risk of developing high blood pressure. Researchers examined data from nearly 12,200 participants from the China Health and Nutrition Survey, who were part of at least 2 of the 7 rounds of the questionnaire. Participants self-reported their diets for 3 consecutive days, and they reported what types of food they've been keeping in their homes. Researchers used the initial responses as a baseline in the final round of questionnaires. As they follow up, the participants were scored based on how many protein sources were consumed. Of 8 categories, these protein sources included whole grains, refined grains, processed red meat, unprocessed red meat, poultry, fish, eggs, maybe, and legumes. For each source eaten, participants were given 1 point. This is an anti-vegan, anti-vegetarian study that's being done here. The point is, eat a lot of different protein sources. I recommend beans. I recommend nuts. I recommend legumes, which are, you know, they're beans and nuts, I think. You know, whole grains. Refined grains, you could probably skip the refined grains, let's be honest. The meat, no. Eggs, I like eggs, but, you know, what are you going to do? Tofu's good, soy, I like soy. You got to get all the protein. You got to get every little scrap of protein that you possibly, you know, could even dream of. Yeah, so after an average of 6 years, researchers followed up with the participants to gauge how they developed if they had developed new onset hypertension since the original survey. New onset hypertension was defined as systolic pressure above or equal to 140 mmHg and systolic blood pressure greater than or equal to 90 mmHg. Now again, folks, whenever I go into the doctor and they do the blood pressure machine, I get like, you know, I'm like, I don't know, last time I got it was like, I was like 111 or something, you know, I don't know. And the 90 one, the lower one, is usually like in the 60s or 70s. I don't know if that's okay if I'm dying. I don't know, but that's usually in my experience. Now again, this is just me. I'm not talking about this. I'm just, you know, ranting and raving. Researchers found that more than 35% of the participants developed early onset hypertension during the follow-ups. Those who ate 4 or more protein sources a week had 66% lower risk of developing high blood pressure. Is there a correlation between protein and blood pressure? What is it about protein specifically that may help keep blood pressure in check? Up until this point, Alice A. Stein, a professor of nutritional science and policy and director and senior scientist at the Cardiovascular Nutritional Laboratory at Tufts University, says she has never heard of any connections between protein and high blood pressure, but the study's findings are interesting. So she's never heard of anything, but it's interesting. What is known to cause high blood pressure? Common causes of high blood high blood pressure include eating too many processed foods and high alcohol consumption. Whoa, I don't think so. Because again, as an alcoholic with low blood pressure, I do not feel represented here. Blood pressure may also be impacted by your family history, other medications you're taking. You know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. Now, again, we're steering off of the science and going into the speculation territory. Let's be clear. I think family history of disease is, I like, it's good to know. I like knowing it, right? Like, I'd prefer to know than not know. But ultimately, I think the family history, it's like a nature versus nurture. I think what your parents teach you, how to eat and how to cook, what they feed you when you grow up, I think is a significantly higher tell rather than the genetic, predispositions. Like, yes, people have different genetic predispositions, and it's better to know than not know, so you don't make any mistakes when it comes to your diet or what you put in your body, right? But I do think, again, the foods and how they feed children and how they teach children to cook or not teach children to cook, I think have an infinitely higher effect on family history when it comes to cancer and developing other kinds of diseases than genetic predispositions. That's just my opinion. That's my fucking opinion. So, just throwing that out there. Other than blood pressure, medications are ways to lower blood pressure naturally by making adjustments to your lifestyle, managing stress, sleeping between 7 to 9 hours a night, and adding 150 minutes of physical activity. Doesn't garlic do something with blood pressure? Hold up. Garlic blood... I'm going to look this up. Garlic blood pressure. What does fucking... Garlic supplements have shown effectiveness in reducing... Yeah, garlic... Imagine, like, you're such a little fucking stupid douchebag, little fucking moron, like, crybaby fucking stupid child, that you can't just eat garlic. You need to have a garlic capsule. Like, you need to put powdered garlic in a capsule so you don't taste it. Imagine the little uppity, snowflake little pieces... Now, I know some people have potential sensory issues, but, excluding those people, just fucking chomp down on the whole clove of garlic. You don't need a garlic supplement. But anyway, yes, garlic is good for blood pressure. Throwing that out there. There you go. The bottom line, eat multiple protein sources. So what that means is, like, just have a variety in your diet, right? Don't eat the same foods every day or the same week. Mix it up, try to have, like, leafy green protein, get some goddamn beans in that shit, eat a peanut butter sandwich, right? Mix it up a little bit, maybe if you want eggs and cheese, maybe I won't throw you into the gulag for it, but, definitely no meat, let me tell you that much. And so, again, just try to keep a variety in your diet. That's really the main takeaway from this story, from this article, is that as long as you're changing up your diet, you're not eating the same kind of fast food, or you're not getting the TV dinner processed meals that are basically identical every single time. Again, for the same reason that, like, a monoculture is bad in farming, it's the same thing. Like, if you eat the same exact foods in your body, that's bad. You need the varieties, you need the sources, you need the vitamins, and especially when it comes to protein, it appears to have a somewhat statistical link to high blood pressure. So that's cool. That's good. And so, everyone, we need to learn from this. We need to learn from the mistakes of our ancestors. By that, I mean, like, just 2 generations of dumb motherfuckers who didn't know how to eat properly. Like, imagine we are at the Venn diagram here, where it's like, we immediately upon, like, developing medicine, we stopped eating, like, proper diets, right? So we learned how to make medicine. Oh shit, we can extend our lifespan, and then we started eating like fucking stupid motherfuckers, and then we started lowering the lifespan again. We are at that Venn diagram area where we have access to medicine and life prolonging treatments and, like, anti-aging remedies, and we understand, like, we're at the apex here of medicine and food knowledge and diet knowledge, and so we should take advantage of that. We should study nutrition, study how to prolong our lives. Because, again, the longer you live, the more of a fucking bitch you are for capitalism. They don't want to pay those social security checks. Why do you think the life expectancy is being, again, in the downward position, trying to get under the age of 65? And also some, Republicans want to just age, up the age of retirement. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, variety of proteins, folks. I didn't say it. I didn't tell you. I mean, I did tell you. But, either way, there you go. Is Mila still here? Mila, don't look. Oh my god, fucking hell. Oh my god. Got a show, hello, Hope. Welcome to the show. I think you're a first timer. Maybe you're not. I don't know, but hello. Hopefully you're having a good day today. If not, then that's something we can discuss. Rocking back and forth, curious. I often rock back and forth. I have high energy levels. high energy levels. Ooh, I'm a little dizzy. Doing a show today. Let's get it. Pseudo-Parkinsonism. Maybe. I heard that Trump had more anti-LGBTQ policies in 8 months than any other president combined, yet people still think he's good on this shit. Because anyone that thinks that is fucking stupid. They don't, you know, they don't interact with queer people at all, so they're just fucking dumb. That pretty much solves that. Folks, I don't know, like, this is stuff that no one talks about. How come no one talks about this? We got Venus here. Venus. It is the decade of Venus. We're in it right now. So scientists hail the decade of Venus with 3 new missions on the way. The second planet from the sun will soon get some overdue attention. It's the goddamn decade of Venus. Can we stop with these Mars movies? Oh, the Martians. Oh, look, it's fucking Matt Damon on Mars. Oh, can we stop with this shit? Like, he doesn't need to go on Mars. He needs to go to fucking Venus, and we're gonna send him there now, right? It's the decade of motherfucking Venus. Why are there so many goddamn Martian movies? Mars, we're going to Mars, 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 Mars. Elon wants to go to Mars. Jeff Bezos wants to go to Mars. These motherfuckers on Mars, right? Doom is on Mars. I love Doom, but we need to have some Venus stuff here. So we're going to Venus. It's the decade of goddamn Venus. 3 new missions on the way. All right. As planetary scientists resumed meeting in person. Hey, okay. Venus experts had something special to celebrate. For decades, the Venus community. I consider myself a member of the Venus fucking community. I'm a member. This is a big fucking community. This is a real, like, this is a, like, we're a bustling group of folks. The Venus community has been crying out for missions. Only one dedicated spacecraft is currently studying our next door neighbor, and NASA's last robotic Venus visitor ended its mission in 1994. What the fuck are we doing? What a waste of goddamn time. Within just a couple weeks in 2021, however, Venus scientists suddenly had a veritable banquet to look forward to, with NASA and its European counterpart committing to 3 new missions due to launch in the early 2030s. 2030s, folks. Let's get it. Let's get it. Well, so I guess we're not in the decade of Venus, unless, you know, maybe we are. Maybe 2030s is the decade of Venus. I don't know. For the planetary scientists who focus on Venus, this year's Lunar and Planetary Science Conference, LPSC, held in Texas and virtually. So it was held in Texas, but also it was virtual. That's interesting. Was an opportunity to celebrate the triumph. I would like to just take a moment to acknowledge how fantastic it is. We've actually moved on from talking about what proposed Venus missions could do to actually talking about what our missions will do at Venus. Jorn Helbert, a planetary scientist at the German space agency DLR, said during a talk on Tuesday, March 8th, it's just an incredible moment. So I'm happy. He's excited. This motherfucker's happy to be alive. Over a few short weeks of June 2021, NASA committed to 2 new Venus missions, Veritas and Da Vinci, while the European Space Agency greenlit one called Envision. All 3 are expected to conduct the bulk of their observations in the early 2030s and are designed to revolutionize scientific study of the planet. Venus scientists have been taken to celebrating the decade of Venus, and that moment has been a long time coming. The Venus community, we are tight. I love Venus. I'm a huge fan. So I guess maybe we're in the decade of Venus in the sense that we're, like, getting ready to construct these missions to go to Venus, or the next decade is the decade of Venus, because then we're going to have all this new info. Maybe it's 2 decades of Venus. We get 2 right back to back. I mean, that's a good deal. I'll take 2 decades of Venus. Thank you. Even with decades-long gap in NASA missions, that work hasn't been in vain. Neither Veritas nor Da Vinci was a first-time proposal, allowing scientists to sharpen their designs until selection. There you go. So we got, oh, look at that. That's some Venus, an artist's depiction of the volcanism on Venus. That's a lot of Venus for you. Love Venus. Anyway, we're going to get some new missions, so you can read the rest of this article if you'd like. But we're getting some new missions. We're going to Venus, y'all. That's cool. Again, imagine if instead of, you know, Putin, like, invading Ukraine and trying to kill, like, you know, mothers and children, imagine if he would have spent all that money on us going to Venus, you know, like, wouldn't that be great? Imagine, like, we could just get rid of these stupid-ass, dumb fuck world leaders and stop spending money on weapons of war and nuclear bombs and killing each other in jails and prisons and all that, and we could spend money on going to fucking Venus, because I want to go to goddamn Venus. Imagine if we put, like, $8 quadrillion in going to Venus. We could. We're just choosing not to because we're stupid. But anyway, pro-Venus, I'm in the Venus community, and I like Venus. So there you go. Mila, I'm so sorry. I'm being called out by a member of the Venus Society. Goddamn Venusians. I should make a Doom WOD where instead of going to Mars, you go to Venus. Got a show going on, doing a show, folks. Doing a program. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. So we got Rielon in the chat. We got Hope and Home in the chat. About to sleep, Zed, Mario, and Love Ya Plush Masters. We got Tyler, goddamn motherfucking Hackner, Unknown Stoyle, Gary, Lindsay, Alexander Rosales, and more in the chat, and more. So, there you go. We got Real, we got Paladin. All right, okay. So we got some shows here. Doing a show today. Let's talk about this. So I used to live in and around the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So I have a little bit of some information here. So Congress overrides D.C. voters, keep sales of marijuana illegal in the district. So for those of you that don't know, the laws in Washington, D.C. it's always been illegal to sell marijuana, though it is not illegal to give another person marijuana. And so the loopholes is there are plenty of therapists that you can meet in Washington, D.C. And you could ask them for some therapy sessions, and then they'll talk to you about, life for 2 minutes. And then they'll give you a free gift basket. It's totally free. Has nothing to do with the fact that you went in there for therapy, and it happens to have an ounce of weed in there. So hey, but it's totally free. You didn't buy the weed. You were actually just going for some therapy sessions. You were buying a cup holder or a coaster, and it's just a really expensive. It's a collectible. It's an $80 coaster, and again, $100, $200 coaster. And it's a really good coaster, really, I don't know, some famous person owned it. And then it just so happens, as you're leaving the area, you get some marijuana in a gift basket, completely free, not even remotely related. But anyway, so that's how it's been in Washington, D.C. since they decriminalized in, it's a weird thing. But anyway, I used to live there. I went to plenty of weed shops, and that's how it worked. You'd buy some fun item, or you'd buy a therapy session. You're good to go. But anyway, but so here we are now. The Congress is passing this spending bill. And what they're doing is they're for whatever reason, they're saying, yeah, you can't do that in DC anymore. And this is a big problem. This is a big problem because there are lots and lots of stores that do this. So they're fucked. They just destroyed a whole industry for no reason. And again, Joe Biden campaigned on decriminalizing cannabis nationwide, federally decriminalizing marijuana. Kamala Harris campaigned on that. And now the Democratic Party is saying, fuck that. Actually, we're going to go back. We're going to be more restrictive. We're going to be more puritanical. We're going to go backwards in time. Again, I want to be very clear here. Joe Biden campaigned on going forward with marijuana, cannabis-related decriminalization, legalization efforts. But instead, his party, the Democratic Party, decided to go backwards. This is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. Call your Democratic reps or senators and tell them to go fuck themselves. Maybe don't tell them to go fuck themselves. Maybe say that you strongly disagree with this. And again, keep in mind that DC they're not represented in the federal Congress. They don't have senators. They're not a state. They don't have Congress members. They've got a non-voting delegate that's sometimes allowed to speak, right? So, but DC is allowed to make legislation and laws and stuff within the district itself. So, but the federal Congress, which has no representation from DC, is now deciding, fuck you, actually. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? That's fucked up. A GOP-backed ban on weed sales in Washington, D.C. was preserved in a sprawling government funding bill passed by Congress on Thursday, despite opposition from advocates who say the provision overrides the will of the district's residents years after they voted to legalize marijuana. I moved out of D.C. in 2019, and I was buying weed for years in D.C. So, this is I think they legalized it maybe in maybe 2016, 18. I'm not sure. But a while ago. The Harris Rider, a provision barring the legalization of recreational marijuana sales in the nation's capital, named after the chief proponent, Rep. Andy Harris, armed, sailed through the Senate late Thursday, a day after passing the House as part of a larger $1.5 trillion spending omnibus package to fund the government through the fiscal year 2022. Congressional Democrats had pushed to do away with the provision, opting not to include the rider in the government funding bills unveiled by appropriators in both chambers last year, but negotiations say the rider was reinstalled in appropriations after sharp opposition from Republicans. So this is something that they do. The Congress does that you might not know, but I hope you do. But if you don't, they have these giant must-pass, like, omnibus legislation packages, which is, like, funding, and then you kind of throw, like, a bunch of amendments in there, like, small stuff, like, you know, like, stuff that, like, goes under the radar, like, you know, you want to fund this specific, you know, national park a little bit more, you want to get, like, you know, this contract with this shipyard and get some more like, this is, they just throw these things in there, and, like, usually there's just, like, hundreds of these different small little pieces of legislation, like little amendments that most people don't, you know, really get, and so they just kind of hope for the best. This is, instead of just doing everything on a standalone bill to ban recreational sales of marijuana in DC. They're afraid to do that, so they want to attach it to these omnibus bills. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little stupid, and it cloaks what they're doing. It makes it so people don't really pay attention. They don't know until it's already too late, and then it limits debate. So anyway, we don't like the fact that it's there, but it was a choice between providing DC and the American people with funding for the big priorities and still having them or not having them. Senator Chris Van Hollen, garbage, by the way. You know, Chris Van Hollen, I used to call his office when I lived in the area. Not so good, not a huge fan. Chair of the Appropriations Subcommittee on Financial. So again, we don't like the fact that it's there, but it was a choice. Like, how defeatist is this? Like, again, Chris Van Hollen, Democrat, how, like this is, like, some real, like, giant, bright neon sign that says pussy, like, directing at his fucking face, right? So either you can't fund the government, or you have to ban weed sales in a place that voted in favor of that. How about you let Republicans shut down the government? Call their bluff. Say, oh yeah, we're going to shut down the government for this obscure, like, weed policy in DC. We're going to shut down the fucking government. That's a good idea. Right? Like, you know, let them battle. Let them, like, you know, do this whole thing. Hey, I'm just saying. But instead, they're pussies. They're weak little beta bitches. Right? They're beta bitch like, you know, they're just horrible motherfuckers. And they're going like, hey, what are we going to do? We have the president. We have the Speaker of the House. We have the Senate Majority Leader. We could talk about it at all. Nah, whatever. Whatever. It's embarrassing. These defeatist garbage Democrats. So you can read the rest of this. You know, I gave you the gist. But it's just, they're so weak. They're so embarrassing. It's something going on with my webcam. I don't know. It's like, it's I don't know. But it's weak. It's embarrassing. And it's sad to see the Democrats are just, like, again, they campaigned on it. It's in their platform. The president was like, let's go, let's go. And now they're going backwards. That's fucked up. And they're like, well, what are we gonna do? I don't know, make it part of the national dialogue. 70% of Americans, 70% want to legalize cannabis nationwide. Make it a fucking goddamn national conversation piece. Let the Republicans be the party against drugs. Let Republicans be the party against weed and see how far they get. Let that be the situation that we debate going into the midterms. Democrats are the party of legalizing. Republicans think drugs are going to kill your kids and destroy society. Let that be the conversation. But they're fucking weak, they're feckless, and they're garbage. Ugh, so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. My webcam, I've literally never seen that before, but my webcam just, like, started, like, turning on and off. So it might just be, like, it It might be that the cable was loose. I don't know. But anyway, I'm pissed. I'm mad as hell. So anyway, let's keep going. So we have an update with the fascist state of Texas. Again, there's an ongoing campaign to commit a genocide against transgender children and transgender people in general in the state of Texas, an ongoing active genocide campaign. And the Attorney General, Ken Paxton, is providing us with a fascinating update to this genocide campaign. Democrat judge tries to halt legal and necessary investigations into those trying to abuse our kids through trans surgeries and prescription drugs. I'm appealing. I'll win this fight to protect our Texas children. My appeal is now on file. Thankfully, Democrat judge's order permitting child abuse is frozen. Much needed investigations proceed as they should. This fight will continue up to the Supreme Court. I'm ready for it. Now, again, this is what I said since this whole thing started. Republicans are doing these bizarre interpretations, these bills, this bizarre legislation, these executive orders all across the country, and the goal is to send them to the Supreme Court and let the Supreme Court basically say, yes, it's a national law that, you know, trans people are killed or taken from their parents or forced to go to conversion therapy or are not allowed to go, you know, to doctors. Again, this is the party of anti-vax, right? This is the party of anti-science. They do not want their children going to doctors. Like, if your children, are sick, don't go to the doctor. That's what Republicans want to tell you. If your children need help with something, do not have them see a medical professional. Instead, let them go to the church because that's what they want to replace these institutions with. Again, this is horrible. This is horrible, 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 horrible. Now, again, Texas is a state. I don't know what the age of consent in Texas is, right? But, something to really think about. Republicans love low age of consent laws. I don't know, like, are you allowed to feed your children fast food in Texas? Because that could be constituted as child abuse. You're poisoning your child, right? You're making your child, used to, addictive substances, right? Are antidepressants banned in Texas? I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know, people get hooked on antidepressants as young as like age 8 or 9, I've seen. So I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just broadening the conversation. The interpretation that Ken Paxton put forward says that it bans unnecessary surgeries on otherwise healthy body parts, cutting your dick off, as they like to say. But the language of this interpretation, it also applies to circumcision. Are they going to ban circumcision in the state of Texas? Are they going to go after mothers and fathers who circumcise their children, cut their dicks off because like God told them to or something, or they're too lazy to teach their kid how to take a shower properly, so they're just going to cut their dick off? No. I mean, legally speaking, it applies to circumcision, but is the Child Protective Services Agency going to go after those who circumcise their children? No, because what really matters is enforcement. The Child Protective Services is filled with Gestapo fascist cops, and what they're doing is they're carrying out these laws because they're stupid, garbage, scumbag motherfuckers. They could quit, they could resign in protest, they could crash the agency, they could choose not to, they could cover up, but they're not. They're going marching in lockstep with the fascist laws. Again, this is literally no different than Nazi Germany. They are knocking on parents' doors to turn in their trans children to the state and saying that they cannot get health care. That's fucked up. That's crazy. And people need to understand that this is all about the Supreme Court. This is always about the Supreme Court. They're going to go send this shit to the Supreme Court, and that's how it's going to happen. The Supreme Court, again, is going to say that being trans is illegal, and again, it's going to further the genocide of people that are the most vulnerable in this society. And it's just unbelievable. It's disgusting. And again, these people need to be dealt with accordingly. Hey, I'm just saying, no one should be immune from consequences if they're going to try to kill children, if they're going to try to deprive children of doctors. This is faith healing. That's what this is. Oh, your child has cancer? Well, don't go to the doctor. Let's sit in a prayer circle and hope for the best. This is modern day faith healing, motherfucker, and it's just unacceptable, and something needs to happen. But is Biden gonna do anything about this? Like, I mean, I don't know. He said a very strongly worded statement. So it appears hope is In the chat, we got a live one here. Okay, Hope. Hope. Oh no, this motherfucker's gonna post bangers. Post bangers and then gotta go. How are you gonna do that? I got baited. Bernie is a champagne socialist, as is AOC. Fake socialist. In it for the fame and power. Like, how are you gonna post some real stupid, dumb fuck shit like that and then say, oh, gotta go? What? Oh, yeah, Bernie is a champagne socialist. Gotta go, by the way. See ya. Like, what? I got baited hard. God damn it. Hello, how Blair you? In Nazi Germany, what did they do? They sent police agencies to people's houses looking for Jewish people. In Nazi Texas, what do? They send police agencies to people's houses looking for trans people. I'm just saying, it's not my fault if they're doing the same tactics as the Gestapo. That's not my fault. They're the ones doing it. They're going from house to house, knocking on doors, looking for trans kids. And they're going to steal them from their parents and then force them to not go to the doctor and then perform faith healing exercises. I don't know what to tell you. Probably send them to institutions and orphanages and foster homes because their parents decided to treat them with medicine. I don't know what to it's not my policy. I'm just describing and I'm drawing a parallel. If that's offensive to you, cry about it. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. If you don't care about trans people, that's fine. Y2K, huh? If you don't give a shit and if you think this is an exaggeration, okay. But maybe, just maybe, you should be thinking about how the people affected by this are actually going to respond and what the actual people being affected by this are going through, right? I've covered on my show the numerous examples of parents already going through custody battles for their children because, again, they had the gall to give them health care and they're going to lose their children. So, and where are they going to go? If the children get stolen by the government, they're going to go to foster homes, which are notoriously rampant with abuse, right? So I'm just saying, what's the difference? If you want to say that there's a difference and here's the difference, that's fine. But to just criticize it and just, it's silly. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know. Talk to trans people, talk to people in Texas. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but cry about it. I wouldn't care if Bernie was a champagne socialist. I also wouldn't care. But also, what does that mean? Trolls are getting better coming in, seeming pretty normal, and then they turn up the crazy up one notch at a time and then they leave. And then it's like a fucking... This is like some fucking I don't know. It's like edging, like they fucking they get you going. You're thinking, oh my god, this is a dumb fuck motherfucker, isn't it? But you're not sure yet. And then they post the dumb fuck shit and then they go, stop. Then they leave. What are the Democrats who control the federal government going to do to stop this? Nothing. They're going to do nothing? Because they don't give a shit? They don't give a fuck. You think Chuck Schumer or Joe Biden gives a fuck about transgender people? They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. Nobody in government gives a fuck. I would be shocked. I think the closest person to giving a fuck in Congress is Marie Newman because I believe they have a trans kid. But even then, I don't know. Where are they on this? I haven't really seen them much. But hey, I don't know. Maybe I should be looking into that more. Got a show going on, y'all. It's goddamn daylight savings fucking time. Anyone that thinks Bernie is out of touch or wealthy is a fucking idiot. It's just... I don't know what to tell you. If you think, and also, note, like, what do you gain by harassing Bernie Sanders in my chat? Like, that's the thing that's so baffling to me. It's like, what is acquired when you do that? I don't know. Like, what is the upside? Because the downside is that you look and sound like a fucking crazy, stupid person, and people don't take you seriously, and they think you're an idiot. That's the downside. The upside is... question mark? Goddamn, it's been 2 years since the pandemic started, apparently, in the United States. That's cool. Saudi Arabia executes 81 people. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait a second. Bernie is all talk. I voted for him in 2016. I don't harass him. I just know what his purpose is. Oh, God. Here we go. Okay. Both parties are traitors. Okay. Let's have a conversation. If you want to come on the show, feel free. If you have, like, Discord or Zoom or something. Bernie is all talk. I voted for him in 2016. I don't harass him. So who did you vote for in 2020? Well, judging by your profile picture, I'm going to guess you voted in the Green primary in 2020? I don't know. Bernie is all talk. Well, like, what does that mean? Bernie is one member of Congress in the Senate. Like, what does it mean to be all talk? And also, why is all talk necessarily a bad thing? This is the problem here with this stupid dumb fuck argument. Okay? He is one member of Congress, and up until 2018, he was literally the only member of Congress that had anything even remotely like a left-wing agenda at all. So, his most valuable asset, given that he was the only member of Congress until 2018, or 2019 technically, is to talk about things. That's why he ran for president in 2016. Was as a messaging camp. I don't understand what the argument is. He is all talk. What else is he going to do? Like, if you want to talk about specific, like, legislative things, like, I think Bernie should do a lot more things. I agree. But the idea that he's all talk, I voted for him in 2016. I know what his purpose is. Like, what is, like, as if, okay, the Green Party is all talk. That's my problem, is like, oh, I say all this and I support the Green Party. The Green Party is literally all talk. Every year, the Green Party is, give us money, maybe we'll get 5%, maybe, and then we'll get federal funding, and then maybe we'll win. The Green Party is ranked choice voting, that we're going to save democracy. They run a candidate in Maine, and that candidate gets like 3%. Maine has ranked choice voting. So, Green Party, if anyone is all talk, it's the fucking Green Party. That's my problem. If, what is the... Like, if you are going to say that Bernie is like a scam or a pyramid scheme or something, and you fell for it, and you're supporting the fucking Green Party, I mean, I can't take that seriously. I really can't. I really fucking can't. Like, it's so fundamentally delusional, I can't wrap my mind around it. Bernie voted for the largest upward transfer of wealth from poor to rich. Bernie could have filibustered and made demands for his vote, like Mo, survival check, med for all. Bernie voted for the largest upward transfer of wealth from poor to rich. What does that mean? Like, are you a Jimmy Dore person? Hello, S. Linsky. I'm Linsky. Hello, S. Linsky. I'm living for the titles of these videos every day. Thank you so much. I try my best. I come up with it like 5 minutes before the stream every day. Bernie voted for the largest upward transfer of wealth from poor to rich. Bernie could have filibustered it. Do you know how the filibuster works? Do you know how the filibuster fucking works? Do you understand what the filibuster is? It's called the CARES Act. I know about the CARES Act. It's horrible legislation, but it had stuff like stimulus checks in it that were good. Should there have been higher stimulus checks? Do you literally think Bernie has the singular power? So one vote can change the outcome of the whole legislation in your mind? He could have filibustered? What does that mean? Like, and okay, so your solution... Okay, so you criticize Bernie. What's your solution? What is your... Okay. So Bernie sucks. Now what? Vote green? That's like, if you're... Okay, Bernie sucks, so let's do some union organizing and, like, you know, work in our neighborhood and, like, bring, you know, neighborhood garden together, grow food for the whole neighborhood so that they can get off a dependency on grocery stores and capital. Okay. So you think Bernie Sanders, singularly, against 99 senators, could have overcome all of the legislation for the CARES Act in the minority? So a minority senator could have stopped the entirety of the CARES Act. That's in your mind? So, legislation. I can't even. Why are you defending millionaire politicians who haven't done anything? Where am I defending? And we're just having a basic conversation about how the world works. Why are you defending millionaire politicians who haven't done anything? You're a fucking Green Party supporter, dude. These are literally millionaire professional fundraiser pyramid scheme motherfuckers. They take your money every 4 years. We're going to get 5% ranked choice voting. And they put no money in anything other than the presidential campaign because, oh, then if we get federal funding, they suck and they fail at everything. They are professional fucking losers. At least Bernie Sanders is in the fucking Senate. They can actually guide the national dialogue by being a sitting member of the U.S. Senate. What the fuck have the professional losers of the fucking Green Party done? Like, seriously. Like, talk about fucking losers. Ralph Nader is at least the most interesting candidate that the Green Party's ever had. And he was fucking running 22 fucking years ago. Who did they have since Ralph Nader? A fucking 9/11 truther, a Holocaust denial person, right? Jill Stein, who was like, you know, I mean, she was pretty cool, I'm gonna be honest, but she failed tremendously for 8 fucking years. She failed to do anything. Howie Hawkins, a complete and utter joke, literally rigged the Green primary to fucking become installed as the candidate to do fucking professional loser fundraising. Greens aren't millionaires? I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, dude. I'm being defensive. What am I being defensive on? You are peddling in conspiratorial nonsense. The Green Party are professional losers. They are professional losers who steal your money every 4 years and don't do fucking jack shit in between those times. What is the Green Party doing right now? What is the Green Party doing right now? When's the last time the Green Party's been in the news? Are they organizing unions? Are they organizing, tenant unions? Are they organizing community food gardens, food banks and all that stuff? No. What are they doing? They're raising money. For what? For their next failed fucking campaign. How many campaigns do you need to watch fail before you realize that that is a waste of your fucking time? I'm a supporter of leftist third-party candidates. I'm not. I think third-party candidates are fucking stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. They've been fighting for ranked choice voting. In Maine, that has ranked choice voting. Let me show you this. All right, Maine Senate election 2020. Check this out. This is how you're being duped. Again, I voted for Green Party in 2016. I want to tell you. I went through the whole thing. I voted for the Greens. I remember 5%. If they get 5%, I was jerking myself off over the 5%. I've been where you are. I get it, bro. I understand. I voted for Bernie in 2016. I was disillusioned. I went to the Green Party, and guess what? They're going for ranked choice voting. Okay, great. So Maine, right? Maine is a state that has ranked choice voting. So I'm getting the elections here. So here's the election in Maine of 2020, a state that has ranked choice voting. So the Green Party, what they could have done, right, is instead of going for Howie Hawkins, imagine if they put all of their money in this election here. They put all of their money in the Maine election that has ranked choice voting. Republican won the election. The Democrat lost by fucking epic style, lost by 8 points. But here's this, Lisa Savage, this is the Green Party candidate, got 5%. They got 5. So, okay, they're going to get ranked choice voting. And then what? And then what? This is the arrival fallacy that you're dealing with right now. Okay, they're going to get ranked choice voting, and then the oligarchy is going to fall, and the duopoly is going to crumble, and then, like, the fucking, like, it's like the end of Dark Souls, like, you get the Lord Soul, and then, like, the fucking evil is vanquished. Like, bro, what the fuck? Okay, so they're going to get ranked choice voting, and then what? In Maine, they have ranked choice voting. Didn't really go so well for them. They got 5%. Less than 4.95. Third parties required to run presidential candidates for ballot access. Okay. And running a candidate is different than putting all of your money and resources into that candidate. All of the fundraising for the Green Party should have gone for the ranked choice voting state of Maine. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're being hoodwinked. You're getting bamboozled. Third party are literally grifters and scammers. Bernie Sanders, is he perfect? No. But he has literally single-handedly changed the national dialogue in this country forever. Has the Green Party done that? No. In 2000? No. They didn't do that 2004? No. They were running Holocaust deniers and 9/11 truthers in the fucking 2000s. They weren't changing any fucking national dialogue. The Green Party has been a fucking joke forever. Now again, I voted for the Green Party. I was promoting I was you. Like fucking 6-7 years ago, I was you, bro. And then I woke the fuck up and realized, wait a second, this isn't working. It's not working. The Justice Democrat strategy, right, has gotten 6 people elected to Congress. 6 people. How many people have gotten elected as Green Party? 0. So, from 2016 to 2018, they got 4 members of Congress elected, Justice Democrats. From losing the primary in 2016, the Bernie Sanders loss in that primary, all the way up until the 2018 midterm primary elections, Justice Democrats in 2 years did what the Green Party couldn't do in 20. And still can't in 22 years. They still fucking can't. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's a flop. The Democratic Party sucks. But because the Democratic Party sucks doesn't mean Bernie Sanders is a champagne socialist. Oh my God, he hasn't done anything for the worker. What has the fucking Green Party done? Justice Democrats are taking big money now and haven't accomplished any policies they campaigned on. First of all, that's just wrong. Second of all, what you think the Green Party is going to get 6 members of Congress and they're going to force the vote and get us Medicare for all? Like, that's my problem with you dumb fuck motherfuckers, is the rules and the litmus tests are always different. The Democrats, right, like, one member of the Democratic Party not being able to single-handedly save the world, type in the cheat codes, get God mode, and give us all healthcare forever, that not happening means that you go to the Green Party. Like, what? The Green Party, you think the Green Party is going to get 1 member of Congress, and they're going to pass the cheat code and get us Medicare for all? What the fuck are you talking about? You don't think the Green Party takes big fucking money? What the fuck are you talking about? You are on drugs, bro. I'm sorry to derail my show, but in all truth, like, I had no other segments lined up, so I'm just, I'm just riffing here. Okay, so let me game this out. So we all put all of our money into the Green Party, right? They get one member of Congress may be elected, then Medicare for All instantly passes. Dems are in control of the federal government, and Dem goes, yes, Democrats fucking suck. They're sucky. They're garbage. No fucking shit, jackass. When have I said otherwise? This is why you're so fucking stupid. You have brain worms. You have fucking sludge in your brain. You have sewage running through your fucking eyelids, right? What the fuck? Why are you conflating Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden with Bernie Sanders? They've been on the opposite side of almost all of these fucking... With the Build Back Better Act, Bernie Sanders proposed $10 trillion. Joe Biden wanted to propose like $1.5 trillion was what he eventually went with. So, are you saying that the Democratic Party, like, it's a hive mind and everyone in the Democratic Party are like drones? They're NPCs? They're all AIs that have been programmed to like march in lockstep with Chuck Schumer? What the fuck are you talking about? Dems won and we the people lose. I agree. Your solution is to vote for the Green Party. That doesn't do anything. And you're acting like this uppity douchebag asshole. Like, oh, Bernie Sanders is all talk. He's garbage. He voted for the biggest upward transfer. Well, like, bro, your Jimmy Dore fucking talking points suck. You're a fucking child. We need at least $10 trillion for infrastructure. I agree. That's why I supported Bernie Sanders when he was advocating for $10 trillion. And where were you? Bernie Sanders is all talk. He's a champagne socialist. He's done nothing for the American people. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, yes, Joe Manchin sucks. Kyrsten Sinema sucks, right? Fucking Chuck Schumer sucks dick, and not the good dick, okay? Nancy Pelosi, my God, what the fuck's going on there? That has nothing to do with the fact that one member of the Senate can't single-handedly overturn the election, and 6 members of Congress can't single-handedly overturn the legislation to get whatever they want. That's not how it works. Your solution is to stop voting for Democrats and stop supporting third-party candidates. Okay. So this is why you're stupid. Okay. In 2 years, Justice Democrats got 4 members of Congress elected. 4. Not 40, right? I would love 40, but 4. In 22 years, the Green Party has gotten 0. They've gotten nothing. Not a single win. Not even close. Like, not even above, like, 10% in an election. Not even above, like, 1%, really. Let's be honest. They've got nothing. So, I'm going to go with the strategy that's winning. Right? They got 2 more in 2020. 2 more. Okay? If they can get, they've already got 1, Greg Kesar in Texas, so that's 1 more Justice Democrats have gotten. What if Justice Democrats can get 20 members of Congress? Or 30 or 40? They all suck. They suck because no matter what, people vote for Democrats. See, this is where you get into the conspiracy theory. Justice Democrats did not win. No. Again, 6. 6. The number is 6. Justice Democrats winning would mean that they have a majority of the Democratic Party. They don't. They have 6. Are you saying Joe Biden is a Justice Democrat? That's a good question. Joe Biden is a Justice Democrat. You're wrong. You are, and I feel bad for you. I genuinely do. And I want you to listen to me. Like, I consider myself an influencer. I want to influence you away from this, like, really, like, suicidal trajectory you're on. You are on, like, a 40-year track. You're going to waste all your time on the Green Party. And then eventually, like, AOC is going to pass Medicare for All. And you're going to be, like, wishing you would have fucking, like, I'm just saying. 6 Justice Democrats won and haven't fought for shit. What do you mean they haven't fought for shit? What does that mean? They haven't fought for shit. This is my problem, is whenever you're in a corner, both parties are traitors. Whenever you're in the corner, you resort to things like haven't fought for shit. Stop the insults. I'm not going to stop the insults. You should know what my stream is like. If unless this is the first time you've come here, you should know what the stream is. Okay? If someone in the chat says something stupid, someone in the chat said something stupid earlier. Y2K had. They've been watching the stream for like 2 years, and I still called them a fucking dumb motherfucker, and they probably left because of that. And I maybe I feel bad about that. I don't know. I will insult longtime viewers on my show. So no, I'm not going to stop the insults. Okay? So second of all, 6 Democrats, the Justice Democrats, voted against the bipartisan infrastructure package. That was the biggest vote that they've done. Ilhan Omar just voted against Russian sanctions because they might impact Russian civilians. They haven't fought for any policies they ran on. Yes, they have. You have been propagandized. Jimmy Dore has lied to you. Both parties are traitors. Whoever is giving you this info, your news sources are corrupt. They are corrupt. They have gotten big money to the point where they're lying to you. They're jumping for the YouTube ad revenue and they're lying to you. They have fought for the policies they ran on. Just because you're not paying attention doesn't mean that they haven't done it. Again, they voted against the BIF. Cori Bush led legislation to invoke the 14th Amendment Section 3, which would have banned the entire Republican Party from Congress, which is the most radical thing any member of Congress has ever done. Right? Cori Bush supports defunding the police. Cori Bush has advocated for defunding the police. Ilhan Omar voted for increased police budgets. No, she did not. Again, these conspiracy theories, man, we are doomed. I mean, we are doomed. Like, think about this. I'm not talking to you anymore, both parties. I might in the future, but let me talk to everyone else for a second. Let's zoom out. We are doomed. Right? We are doomed. Right? Billionaires have convinced people that have actual criticisms, all right, of the Democrats that are good to be the most unproductive morons possible in the world. Like, think about that. Billionaires are funding independent media in 2016 had no power. From 2016 to 2018, again, whether you like them or not, let's be real, whether you like them or not, I don't give a fuck, right? Kyle Kalinske and Cenk Uygur, the Young Turks, and their propaganda machines, right, got 4 members into the fucking goddamn House of Representatives in the United States Congress. Whether you like them or not, I have my criticisms of those people. I have my criticisms of the Justice Democrats, okay? They got more accomplished. Independent media on YouTube got more accomplished in 2 fucking years than the Green Party has up until that point for like 20 years. Okay? That doesn't happen. AOC doesn't beat Joe Crowley and people just like forget about it. Like, the billionaires and the oligarchs don't see that and they go like, oh wow, that's crazy, and then move on. Right? There's a reason. And then, again, more wins in 2020. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy Dore and these weirdo, like, right-wing aligned groups that pretend to be left-wingers start doing all these gigantic division campaigns, like Force the Vote, peddling these conspiracy theories about the CARES Act, pretending that, like, they can force a vote and get Medicare for all instantly, like it's a cheat code in a video game. You gotta be stupid to think that this isn't planned. You don't think that as soon as AOC beat Joe Crowley in the primary, that billionaires and Democratic donors started funding the fuck out of certain members of independent media to draw cracks and division? This is basic shit. Do you have any idea how the CIA works? One of the principal methods of combating left-wing movements that the CIA did in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, and 70s and onward, right, and still do probably. Now, am I saying the CIA is involved in left-wing YouTube? Probably not, but they don't need to be involved. But whatever, okay? You know what they would do? They would plant people in organizations, right, like the Black Panthers, for example, to agree with everything, but then draw these giant battles and divisions over very granular issues, right? What they would do is they would cop jacket people and they would make people paranoid and say, oh, I think this guy's a cop. In reality, they're the cop. This has been documented. CIA plants have done this. They would go into these organizations, right? Like the Black Panthers in specific. They would cop jacket people, say, hey, I think that guy's a rat. get people paranoid, get people off the ball, and then it destroys the organization from the inside. This is classic CIA tactics. And you dumb motherfuckers, both parties are traitors. You're falling for it hook, line, and sinker. You're the dumb motherfucker who hears the CIA agent go like, oh, I think that guy's a cop. And you're going like, oh shit, you must be a cop. That's you. They do. If progressives were truly a threat, the billionaires would run strong candidate. Do you know what happened to Nina Turner in the special election? Her opponent got millions of dollars from AIPAC and giant fucking corporations. You know what happened in 2020? What you described happened. The 4 members of the squad that got elected in 2018, they all had strong primary challenges. Rashida Tlaib, the most formidable. Ilhan Omar's primary challenger, again, they all got billionaire funding, right? Corporations, foreign governments, all funneling money into that campaign. Jody Berg, you're doing a good job right now. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's a good point. Remember Mike Bloomberg, who literally only ran in 2020 to distract from the fact that Bernie Sanders was running? Remember when Kamala Harris was viewed as a left-wing candidate in the eyes of dumb fuck motherfuckers because she was like, Medicare for all? This is the basic shit. They have a bunch of people pretending to be left-wingers, right? And then they have billionaires, like, sucking up ad time, like, fucking speaking time away from the one left-wing candidate. It's the same tactic. You go in, you muddy the waters, you fucking fuck around, and you divide people within the group, and then they scatter, and then they can't get anything done. Democrat primaries are rigged, DNC stated this in federal court. Okay, and? So what is your takeaway? You keep saying a bunch of these conspiracy theories. Some of them have kernels of truth. And then you have no solution. The Green Party rigged its primary against Dario Hunter. How do you feel about that? They literally would not let someone who just happened to be a black guy. Hey, I'm not saying anything. They just didn't let them on the ballot in states like North Carolina. They just refused. They wouldn't let any other candidate on the ballot in the Green Party primary in 2020 in states like North Carolina. So, if the options are, we have 2 corrupt parties, the Green Party and the Democratic Party, both are corrupt, both are garbage. One has power, one doesn't. I'm going to go with the one that has power. You can continue crying and being a conspiratorial jackass and harassing and fucking just spending all your time shitting on the people that have done anything in government. If you want to say government's a lost cause, okay, fuck the Green Party, fuck electoralism, let's go fucking do a community shelter. I'm down with that, okay? I've done direct action. I try to do direct action when I can, right? That is infinitely more, produces more results than participating in electoralism. But if your solution is the Green Party, again, if it's the Green Party, the Democratic Party, both are corrupt, both are run by terrible people, I'm going to go with the one that has power. You can fuck around in your little make-believe, like freeze tag bullshit. Have fun with that. But it's embarrassing. God, it's embarrassing. Democrats have power and they've done nothing. Again, Green Party, it doesn't have power and they've done nothing. They've both done nothing. The Democratic Party is run by corrupt fucking garbage can man motherfuckers. Joe Biden is garbage. Nancy Pelosi, garbage. Chuck Schumer, garbage. They're trash. That is why you would want them to lose power. You support any leftist third-party independent candidate not bribed by big money. Well, guess what? All leftist third-party candidates are bribed by big money. Because if you're going to run as a leftist third-party candidate, you have to take money, right? And guess what? You're going to lose. You are going to lose, and you're going to suck away votes from the people that have any chance at winning. That's how it is. You are propagandized. And I hope for the best. I hope you can break the spell that you're under. Both parties are traitors. Genuinely, I'm asking you, what are your news sources? Because this would explain a lot. Where do you get this stuff from? Like, where do you get these conspiracy theories from? That voting for the professional fundraisers and the professional losers is somehow going to bring about change? All of the money that you would put and pour, all the power, time, and effort you put and pour into the Green Party or independent third parties, whatever it is, could be spent doing mutual aid, could be spent doing community shelters, community programs, community get-togethers, and they would have significantly better yields. I'm a Democrat fan. I am not a Democrat fan. What have I said that promotes the Democratic Party at all? When have I ever... I literally, all throughout this segment, shat on Democrats. Look at what they did over the weed stuff that I mentioned before in the show. Why do you think I'm a Democratic fan? What is wrong with you? Keep voting for your oppressors. What? Bro, what are your news sources? I'm genuinely asking. If you think I'm a Democrat fan, then you are either so propagandized that you are in such a bubble that there's nothing that can be done at this point, or let's be honest, let's be real.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
If you think I am a fan of the Democratic Party as it's constituted, again, I am okay with and support 6 members of the caucus that has thousands of corporate sellouts, because I'm not a fucking idiot. That's like saying you hate, like, the cashier at Wendy's because Wendy's is a corporation funded by big money, so therefore the workers at Wendy's are also bad because they're also working under the Wendy's label. Like, bro, what are you talking about? What are your news sources? Because they're bad. They are lying to you. They're propagandizing you. And again, no, for everyone else watching this, we are doomed. We are doomed. This is it. Like, y'all need to understand, we are in the middle of, like, the most obscene propaganda information war you've ever seen. I know, I'm getting close to the camera, right? We're getting in. This is in human history, we have never been, because the way the internet works, technology works, right? The way information spread, travels, right? Okay, keep this in mind. We have never been, at any other point in human history, in a more propagandized, disinformation-led economy and system of governance and society, right? There are so many different groups, and again, most of them are aligned with the billionaires that are funding this stupid garbage. Now, again, think about it in the broad end. Why are poor people Republicans? Oh, because abortion, and you gotta take the goddamn trannies out of my bathrooms. And how the hell did a human being get convinced that trans people in bathrooms, right, or black people at an election booth are the number one threat to society? Why? Because billionaires propagandized them. They lied to them over and over and over again and convinced them of a narrative that would distract and divide everyone else in their economic class. Right? The right wing? Oh my God, man. They've done a really good job. They literally have like 50 million zealots that will do anything that they want. More than that. Like, how many people voted for Trump in 2020? 70 million? Religion is old school. Religion is the old school mass control mechanism. The mass disinformation, factory is religion, right? But imagine though, like, think about that. So you're either an atheist or you're religious. Well, okay, well, you'd think, being the atheist is the scientifically literate, logical approach. But then we have stupid atheists that believe in stuff like the invisible hand. Yeah, that's right. There's atheist libertarians that believe in the invisible hand and supply and demand and Keynesian. So wait. So you realize God is fake and that's made up, but you believe in capitalism and the invisible hand and the free market's going to solve it? Right? So how is that possible? right? Every time you remove these layers, right, there's going to be a group that's going to try to divide that layer, right? So then you get people in the Democratic Party, right, that think that, like, the Squad are, like, racist or something, even though they're, like, there's, like, is there any white member of the Squad? I don't even know, right? But they're all racist or whatever, even though they're all, like, people of color, and they're all, like, misogynists, even though most of them are women, right? But they believe this. They're, like, Hillary Clinton super fans, so they correctly deduce that, like, hating black people because they're black is weird, and hating gay people because they're gay is weird, right? But then they get weaponized into thinking, oh, well, actually, the real racists are the black people who disagree with me and want healthcare. What? I don't know how they do that. But again, they're at that level, and they get conspiratorialized and propagandized at that level. And again, it keeps them at that level in those fucking stupid culture wars. And where we're at right here, we're at a pretty far level removed. I'd like to say that I've got it pretty much figured out here. I'm just saying, big brain. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying, big brain. It's huge. It's huge. You know, again, the highest IQ over here, like 300 points. Okay, so at our level, right, our disinformation is people, like, again, they think the system sucks. They think capitalism is the worst thing ever. Correctly figured that out. Congratulations. You figured out there's no Santa Claus. Congratulations. You figured out there's no God. Congratulations. You figured out that racism is stupid. Congratulations. You figured out that capitalism is bad, actually. Well, then people, whenever they make these, like, grand assertions, when they reach these points, they search. Right, this is how propaganda works. This is how conspiracy theories and cults work. Is you will search, oh my god, I just realized capitalism's the root of all evil. So you look and you find other people saying that, and then those people are propagandizing you into their direction, into their conspiracy theory land. Like the Jimmy Dores correctly are able to deduce that capitalism not so good, but then they take you into an unproductive, wild, imagination-led world. Right? And then now, like, Jimmy Dore's, like, working with Nazis. He's pro-Putin. Like, I don't even know. But again, if you're in that world, you're going to go down that road. You need to have first principles that actually matter. And most people don't. We don't have a population with the education or time to research these issues or ferret out what's true and not true. That's so true. Our schools are not designed to create critical thinkers. Schools are designed to make you an obedient drone. How do you study for a test in school? Does anyone want to tell me how you study for a test in school? Do you read 8 different magazines that have articles on, like, you know, this specific subject? No. You study the text from a textbook. Now, again, I'm not necessarily saying I'm against textbooks entirely, but they have a pre-approved, usually 20 years out of date, textbook, and you're supposed to just read the textbook. That's how you study in school. You get all your info from one source. Hey, I don't know. I was never taught. I went to high school. I'm 25, so this is not that long ago in New Jersey, right? People like to say New Jersey is a liberal state. I don't know. Chris Christie was governor, so maybe not. But in school, I wasn't taught to go look up 15 different sources on something. I was taught, oh, look it up in the book. And you get one book, and it's 20 years old, and who the fuck knows who was the fucking guy who approved that book, who knows who wrote that book and what motivations they may have had. They don't teach you how to understand an issue. They teach you to look in the book, get your info from one source, memorize what the answer is. You don't know why that's the answer. You don't know why they came to that conclusion. You don't know the supporting evidence that you just know, oh, this is B, that's C. So that's what leads to this society where we have dumb fuck motherfuckers, where they fall into like one conspiracy land, like Jimmy Dore's YouTube show, and they think they've cracked the fucking code. Man, it sucks. I run into massive problems with Kyle Clancy's don't censor speech, counter it with better speech position. We aren't equipped as a society to take that on. That, I agree with that position up until a point. You know, like, if it's about, you know, video games or movies or music or whatever, then obviously, you know, open season as far as I'm concerned, right? But when we get into, like, situations with, like, medicine and, like, the pandemic, right? We, as a society, like, again, it's good to be skeptical of authoritative voices. That's good. But you also have to understand delegation. You also have to understand, you know, I didn't manufacture this can of seltzer. Someone else did. And I gave them money, and then now I have a can of seltzer, right? So that's how scientists work. That's how medicine works. That's how doctors work. Is we pay them, we give them all the resources and stuff that they need. You know, it should be free, and that's how. But okay, and they do the research for us. We have to understand delegation. And yes, we need to know enough to know when delegated people have gotten corrupted, and that needs to be understood. And we need to have a mechanism to figure that out. But at the end of the day, you know, we live in an anti-intellectual society. Yeah, I don't know, man. All I know is this Green Party shit sucks. Anyway, thank you for prolonging the show. Both parties suck, or whatever the fuck your name is. I mean, I do agree, both parties do suck, but... Anyway, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today. I am goddamn starving. I'm a hungry ass bitch. Hello, Frog? Anyway, hopefully y'all don't mind. I get derailed when I get a dumb fuck in the chat. It's just, I can't help myself. I can't fucking help myself when I get a dumb motherfucker on the line. Oh, it's an addiction and I need help, but, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's the program. No such thing as a free lunch. That will never cease to amaze me. Think about it. There are atheists that believe in the free market economy and in the invisible hand. Think about it. Think about it. Like, how is that possible? You think I'll cook and I won't get something? Plentiful sodium, like, bro, like, first of all, your username is a dead giveaway. Second of all, what the fuck are you talking about? You're cooking now? And what the fuck? What? Like, I just, like... What is this motherfucker on about?
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Like, do people, like, I don't think people realize, like, anything about the world. Like, the more I just interact with people, the more I realize, like, almost every other person in the world besides, like, I like the people that watch my show on a regular basis, and I wonder why that is. Ooh, it's like a magnet thing. I don't know what that means. But anyway, like, we just, like, but sometimes you get some regular people in here. Like, whenever I talk to people online, right, like, when you meet people, like, does anyone know how soil functions? Like, do you know the amount of nutrients in the soil, in the ground? Do people really understand how agriculture works in this world? Because I don't think so. Like, the idea that food isn't free. Like, first of all, what does free mean? The concept of free, like, implies money, implies you have to pay for something. Like, we can grow enough food to feed everyone on Earth, right, without any issue at all. Plentiful sodium, who are you talking to? Do you go out to eat? We serve you. We are the proletariat. You don't grow food. I do. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You think I'm like some ivory tower fucking scholar and elite, right? That's like living in like a fucking floating sky castle, and I fucking come down to the world with my alien ship to go like to a restaurant. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Grow your own food? Bro, I know how to grow food. Believe me. You have no idea who you are talking to. Anyway, but think about it. Like, we have enough food to feed everyone on Earth. Now, again, there's going to be a big wheat shortage going on because of the invasion of Ukraine, right? But think about all the wasted space when it comes to cities that have empty office buildings that we don't need. What the fuck is an office building? Can we just abolish all office buildings? But we have enough space. We have enough soil. We have enough seeds because they're basically infinitely reproducible. We can feed everyone on Earth, everywhere, forever. So anything that's trying to introduce a cost into food, I'm sorry, it's just a go fuck yourself thing. It's just a go fuck yourself thing. The idea that you think people deserve to die, because that's ultimately what it is. Introducing cost to food means people will die for no reason. If you've got food that can save their life and you will not give it to them because they won't give you $1, you are trash. And I hope, I can't say that on stream, but I think you're a regular jerk who does normal stuff. Normal stuff isn't growing food and living off your own produce. So you created an imaginary friend in your mind and then put in your mind that imaginary friend onto me, right? Like it's like your tracing paper, right? So you got your imaginary friend, a picture of me, you put the tracing paper with your imaginary friend on me, and now you're talking to that caricature that you've created in your mind? Okay, at least you're honest. It would be like if, oh, well, you know, to me, you come off as the kind of guy that would use their skateboard outside my house and, you know, annoy me at 6 a.m. So because of that, I don't like you. You sound like a skater punk. You give off skater punk vibes. And, you know, I don't like skater punks, so now I don't like you. Fuck you. Anyway, got some dumb fuck motherfuckers in the chat. Y'all have a great day, everyone. I will see y'all tomorrow.
I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So today, on behalf of the United States, I want to thank every Olympian and Paralympian. And that was just incredible. And what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. And I watched. It's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. It was. Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Everybody comes in your grandmother.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and I think it.
Okay, I have lawyers, okay, I have lawyers, but, it's a class action lawsuit against all machines.
Who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.